Anil is a Microsoft Data Platform MVP from Nepal, and he have more than 9 years experience in development and uh, implementation of healthcare data analytics and services. He is also a well-known speaker and organizer for the Nepal Power BI group, and he have written a lot of articles on the Power BI, and is a very active member of Power BI in a SQL group. And yeah, so over to you, Anil. So maybe you can share your screen and can start.
Okay, thanks,
Thank
Asif.
you.
Okay, shall I begin?
Yeah, can.
Okay, thanks, Asif. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all, actually. So today I will be speaking on this topic, Power BI desktop for data analysis, exploration, and some storytelling. So talking about me, I am Microsoft Data Platform MVP from Nepal, and I have been working as currently senior BI engineer in Ansal. So I got nearly 10 years of experience in BI stack overall. I work as BI developer, database consultant, and currently working in senior BI engineer. So beside that, then I had worked in US healthcare data industry and now currently in telecom domain industry. So in my that means free times, I used to blog and I used to speak in different SQL groups, Power BI user groups, SQL Saturdays. Similarly, I got opportunity to work as a Power Community members for PAS Summit 2014 and also Data and BI Summit in Dublin, which happened in Dublin in 2018. And then last year only Power Platform Summit Australia. So also I'm a voluntary organizing member at Himalayan Secure Server User Groups, which is our local Secure Server User Groups, and also a user group leader in Nepal Power BI User Group. And this is my blog post and my Twitter accounts, and you can follow me in the LinkedIn. So this is our Nepal Power BI user group web portals, and just I get a snap of this. So what's actually Power BI desktop? So most of the colleagues already talk about what's actually the Power BI desktop and all. So it's just a basically free Microsoft tool which is used for mainly for the data analysis, data visualization, data modeling, and somewhat in the data analytics side. So it's a free. Everyone can just download this and can do those analysis by your own. Just you can, if you want to know the story or insight behind your data, just grab this tool and do exploration of your own data and do some chart visualizations, analysis, and you can find your story or data. That means data different kind of insight by your own. So it got monthly release in the Power BI. It's got monthly release of the new features month on month basis. So it's quite that means good that what your opportunity, that means what tools or what features you want to you are looking in the Power BI is that actually coming up on monthly basis. New feature is that means coming up. So previously, that means in the competitive market also, based on the Gartner also, previously the Tableau is the most leading data that means visualization and analysis tool. But back on the 5 years down online, Power BI has become that means leading the in the Power data visualization and analysis tool as such by Power BI based on the Gartner. And also Power BI has quite different kind of data source connectivity, and you can see you can directly connect from the Excel files or from the different kind of databases, and from the Azure side, from the online services also you can grab the data from the Facebook or GitHubs, whatever, from the online services. And also you can have different other database connectivity side like some columnar database as Vertica and some big data that means site for Impala or Hive tables. You can directly fetch the data from that and connect to the Power BI. Also, you can use the ODBC connections to connect the different kind of database folders. So this is a general simple architecture of the Power BI overall. That means you can just grab data from different sites, different apps, different platforms, different database, and just connect the data. You can do analysis on your Power BI desktop, which is a full version tool, and then you can, and once you, that means grab the data, do analysis, and have some story or have some insight on that, you can publish it to the Power BI service, which can be accessed by the different end user, you can say. It might be different teams, like if you are working in some organizations and you are publishing the dashboard or reports and put in the Power BI service, then it can consume by the maybe marketing team, maybe sales team, maybe finance team. So overall, that means the end user can really get benefited and easily that means Friday. End users can do decision making by their own by seeing those reports or those insights. So basically, Power BI desktop. This is just that means how you can do more data visualization or data different kind of rich charts, and also we Power BI embedded that means Power BI beside that Power BI own visual charts. You can go to the marketplace and add some custom visuals, which is really helpful to plot or to chart your to show your or to present your that means data in some kind of a good visualizations, we can say, which will ultimately help to our higher CXOs or CEOs. It will be that means good to see best that means charts by the CXOs level rather than the grid or data levels tables or those formats. So this is Power BI service. Once you made all the reports and dashboards, you can easily publish into the Power BI service and then consumed by the different end users, which get different variety of service. Like as we can see, we can easily subscribe to different reports. We can alter them. You can keep on data automatic refresh. So in the early morning, if any that means CXOs or CISOs wants to see the reports, he or she can directly just see in his tab or mobiles. So automatically, that means Power BI service has good benefits, we can say. So just a demo I will show. So today I will be showing the demo related to the connected cards. So this is just a minute. I'll stop screening and then show again. Yeah, this is can you see my screen? Yes.
Yep.
So this is just a that means connected card data, which is fetched from the IoT device. In the near time, real-time streaming, also we can get this data. That means, but I have sample data in this CSV format, so we can say these are the different kind of the data columns, we can say. This is device we can easily, this device represents, we can say a car or a driver, and this type is the description. It got a mapping table, I will show later. So we can say this is grabbing the data, like what's the engine stat of that particular car, what's the speed, what's the altitude, and similarly what's the voltage, what's the fuel consumption, what's the that means latitude, longitude, different kind of that means car behavior is grabbing the data of the car. So So this is the mapping table. We can say here you can see this is the type. So what's exactly this integer, this value one that means the integers numbers represents, like we can see in this mapping table. Actually, this represents the different kind of the activities or behavior of the car. What you can say is that means validation alert, overspeed alarm, collision alarms, harsh braking. That means these are the different dimensions, we can say, descriptions of the car's data. So we'll gonna analyze this data, and then let's see what's the story behind this data by using the Power BI desktop. So I will just, so this is free Power BI desktop tool. So we can just, suppose you see it, just you can do the get data and from the CSV. So this is the particular data what we are dealing just previously, IoT data and mapping data. So you can just open. So it will load the data. So data is just loading. We can. So we can see this data is already, I have already loaded this data also. You can just by edit query, you can see. So the data which we seen in CSV, that means file, is already loaded in the Power BI desktop tool. So you also can see what's the Power Query exactly is using. This is the Power Query is fetching the data, and you can change the, that means Power Query. By using a Power Query, you can change, like suppose you got years of data, maybe 4 or 5 years of data in the database or database, and you need to just fetch for latest month, then you can some filter out in this Power Query, or you can change, add some custom columns, or you can remove some custom columns within this Power Queries, and you can write the Power Query script and then easily just select 1 year data only to analysis. So then you can close and apply. So this is the same, that means columns or fields we can see. So here you can see in the model, this is the main data, IoT data, and this is the mapping data where we have connected this ID with the device pin, just a simple model or one-to-many model we are doing. And just go to report side. So now let's see some quick visualizations, how we can see this data. So you can just use the card and you can select the just device pin. So you can see, you can change to count distinct. So you can see there are total 17 distinct car or 17 distinct drivers, you can say. So also you can rename this field, like maybe drivers. So there is, you can say 17 drivers data, and also you can see, just a minute. So you can grab another page. you can grab another visual and you can see what's the description and just count you can do. So you can see these are the different activities overall. So there is nearly 22 lakhs something that was activities overall by this 17 cars or 17 drivers, like how many got collisions and overspeed, these kind of things. So similarly, you can just grab a map and you can plot device and you can just do latitude and longitude. So you can don't summarize in the latitude and longitude field. So it's plotted the data. Actually, the data is of Malaysia, that means sample car, connected cars data. So this is the that means this is the pattern of the particular cars where actually is that means following the routes. So this is just a simple quick analysis we did by using the connected car data, and then you can simply easily do the analysis by your own. Just for 5 minutes, we can do this kind of visualizations. So I have previously already created different kind of visualization. So I'll just go through it. So what actually it's telling is there is total 17 different connected cars which got these 272.79k activities, total activities, and then from here also you can see this is a collision alarm. So collision alarm got from that particular car or that particular drivers. So you can say this C1 driver or car and this C2 driver or car, this got collisions. So you can easily say this drivers is, that means Brad driver, we can say. So we need to give a warrant or give them some further training to ride that means car effectively, since they have already done these collisions. So these are the risky drivers, so we can also assume. And similarly, you can see this is the that means particular car driving routes is showing. So, and another is this is the car activities, like where actually different. Just a minute. So these are the different activities of the that means cars plotting in the that means map we are plotting. So these are the description of the colors. We can see what actually is represents. So this color represents parking point data, you can easily see. And similarly, you can see different kind of that means colors and different kinds of activity around the that means map. So quickly I have write in the that means word what exactly we can see the different story behind this data I have gathered and what might be the use case we can develop based on this data. So first of all, we can see this by looking after this data, we can see we can easily, so from the here also you can see. So just a minute. So you can see this parking point data. So most of the parking is doing in this area. So wherever the drivers drive across the roads, they are coming here in the city or in the location where they can easily park. And then so by looking these visuals or visualizations, we can easily see this is the area where most of the drivers used to come and then park. So similarly, I have written like this. So one use case might be what we can find out that in this location area, if private sector or government sector build a parking lot, then it will be quite good and quite helpful for the parking side. And also, if we can, that means the car is connected with some IoT device, then if any car arrives in that location, then if it arrives in that location and stay for some particular point locations for maybe 5 to 10 minutes or more, then automatically we can deduct the amount from the car payment system. So there won't be any manual manual interference, or you can say human interference to collect the car payment amount or fee, you can say. So easily, so if it's connected with the IoT device and connected with the payment system of the vehicle, then easily it can collect the fee. And also the government sector can easily build a parking area in this area or site. So similarly, this is the emergency and dispatch. So in this area, most of the accident is happening in this particular area. It might be the straight crossing bridge road. So maybe people are going and coming faster in this particular area. So most of the collision is happening in this area. So what we can do is we can automatically connect with the car with maybe the healthcare device or police or ambulance or fire barriers. So once the accident is occurred, automatically the response of the time when accident happened, then it will be quick, and then we can save the life of the patients or life of the driver, who are in that particular collision area. So similarly, this is a concept of the virtual radars. What exactly this means is, so we got different speed radars between the roads, some distance, maybe 1 kilometer or maybe 2 kilometer distance. There will be the radars, physical radars placed in the streets. But what actually most of the drivers used to do is they used to drive speed in between the radars. So once they will arrive before the radar, they will push the brake, and they will limit the speed, so they cross the radar, and then again speed of the overspeed. So we cannot track those harsh drivers. We cannot track. So if we introduce the virtual radars in the connected cars or car, then what actually means is it's already chip in with the IoT device with the car. So wherever he speeds the overspeed in the road, it will automatically detect and then sends to the concerned particular driver safety companies or driver safety traffics, we can say. So they can catch those guys, or they can find him or her by doing overspeed or harsh driving. So that's a concept. And similarly, this is the traffic management concept. So we can see the traffic route is mostly quite busy in this particular area. So what we can do is we can route them to different area and different pathway, so that the city area or the particular time the traffic management can be easily done. So this is just that. And this is another use case might be the fuel consumption. So this is the part where actually most of the cars takes to travel from one destination to maybe the favorite plus destination. So this is the route most of the cars will follow. So what we can do is we can view some of the fuel building fuel refill stations across these roads. Then the fuel consumption will be quite that means easy for the drivers, and the business also will be good. And what we can also predict from this thing is we can predict how much fuel might be the consuming within that city. So we can predict maybe for 1 or 2 year later how much frequency of the fuel might be consuming within the city. So based on that, we can plan for that also. So similarly, this is the toll management and check find post. So what actually it's is if we are in the city area, if we need to go, suppose we need to go in that is from one state to another state, there will be the toll management system. So rather than the manual toll get if we can replace with this manual toll management by some that is connected IoT device with when the car is passes from one state or one location state to another location state, then automatically it will pick the payment from the car particular payment sector. So payment account, or that means vehicle payment account we can say, then it will be quite easy and good. So these are some of the that means analysis we have done, and then these are the use cases we can find out from this particular data. So just by looking this data only, we can see this kind of story behind this data. Then it's quite good tool. We can say Power BI has great capabilities here. Also, I just want to. Then after that, we can just publish this. That means different kind of dashboard or different kind of analysis in the Power BI service, and then you can easily share this Power BI, that means dashboards or report, to your end users, and they can consume this insight and make a decision whatever they needs to do. So similarly, what I have also done is I have done in the Python also. I have predicted based on this behavior, like based on this kind of behavior, which drivers or which driver might be the risky driver. So actually I have using some Python code here, and while testing it gets nearly great accuracy. So actual is this is C17 is predicted C13, but what we can say is it's quite predicting correct data. That means which driver might be the risky driver, like who did a collision, who did brake, harassing, those kind of driver we can easily predict in the near future he will that means might be collide the car, or he might be risk the or some car insurance company. If we are hiring the cars and then lending to the service, then they can easily predict which driver might be the risky driver for them to put in the service. Like this we can easily predict. And similarly, I have also checked done with the Azure ML Studio also. Same thing I have done what in Python. So this much for the demo part. So this is just a demo. That's all for my demo, and it's just a demo mockup snap what we have just I have just presented, and this is demo. So is there any question? Hello, Asif?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So if anyone that means any new person who wants to try for the Power BI and do analysis, storytelling, exploration, data analysis, then this is just a quick some tips I have collected. So how you can do is different kind of training resources you can easily available in the internet. So there is a dashboard in the day course which you can easily do and then check this out for the quick easily making of the dashboard or visuals. Similarly, you can follow these learning parts and also the some edX course, and you can also see in the YouTube different kind of Power BI YouTube channels and YouTube that means videos. So also another is how you can make a sample reports and what are sample apps in the Power BI service. For the apps to build, you need a Power BI Pro license, and also the some of the solution which is pre-built already, and also best practice for storytelling. There are different kind of that was already made stories or already made Power BI teams. So you can easily go to the Power BI library or gallery and you can just see what's good for your company or what's good for your organization or what's good for your particular domain, you can say. And similarly, you can see different kind of data story gallery also available. And so staying up, so in order to keep up on, that means up to date, you can follow the blogs, different kind of Power BI blogs is already there, and also you can see the what's new feature is coming up in the Power BI desktop by using the preview feature in the Power BI desktop also, where you can see what are the next month or next release coming up in the Power BI, you can easily see. So similarly, you can follow some of the webinar, which is mostly happening free in the, you can easily have happening in the free, and you can easily available and search in the internet. So you can also ask anything in the community forums. And you can also put what that means which feature might need in the Power BI. You can easily post it to the Power BI community, and then we and then the Power BI team used to then by looking on the voted particular, that means voted what we can say, voted tasks, we can say high voted tasks. That feature will be included in the next release of the Power BI, so which is community driven, that means effort to make the Power BI desktop, Power BI service itself good tools. So, and there are different Power BI user group across the world, so you can just join any of the Power BI within your locality. So that is from my side, and thanks for attending today's session. And this is my QR code, so any feedback or any evaluation you can do. So if any question is there, I can help on that. Asif, thank you.
Thanks, Anil. A really nice session. Hi everyone. If you have any questions, so you can mute or maybe you can ask the questions. And please helps to scan the QR code and provide a feedback for the session. And that really helps us to improve what we can do better in next. And yeah.
Anil, this is Aru here. I have two questions for you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The first one, right? Like you showed about some different visuals, custom visuals, which we can use. So there are few visuals which are written by Microsoft, and few other visuals are community written. Yeah. So from the guidance perspective for all the attendee, which custom visual you will recommend that all the attendees can use in their visuals, whether it's a Microsoft visual which is written by Microsoft or the community events, community visuals. So, I mean, any guidance on that?
That actually depends on the users, I think. Rather than me telling which visuals to use, I think it's good to explore the visuals, custom visual in the market.
Okay.
And then see which visuals might be the good for that particular data scenario for analysis, I think.
Sure. Got you. Got you.
So Microsoft, actually Microsoft, that means whatever in the market, they need to also approve from the Microsoft itself. I think we cannot easily embed it in the Power BI desktop also, no?
Yeah. Okay.
As far as I know, that means whatever visuals we can easily grab in the Power BI desktop, whatever it available in the market. That means from the Power BI desktop tool itself, you can go to the market and custom visual market. So those custom only you can grab or you can pull into the Power BI desktop and then do analysis.
Sure. Thanks for that input. My second question is about the external sharing. So we have a lot of people who have clarification that Power BI in the organization, they can use it, whether it's a free Power BI free desktop or the pro. But what about the external users? For example, I have a company and I want to share one of the report to my external client. So whether he can just view or he can also able to modify the report which I am also updating. Is how this scenario can work?
So if you got a Power BI, that means service, then you can easily share him some web link.
Like okay.
Yeah, I will just show.
Sure.
So just a minute. Stock. Like from the report, what we can do is we can generate one web link for that particular dashboard. So we can just share that link to the particular clients or particular, that means end user, which is behind your, that means company, or which is behind your organization. So he will just can see that particular dashboard or link only if you will allow the access to that particular clients, and they can just see that dashboard or reports only.
Okay. What about if they want to modify something?
They cannot modify. They cannot modify.
They can't modify. Okay.
They can just view and then do the analysis only. They cannot modify.
Okay, got you. Just want to get your idea on how we can use it. Okay.
Publish to web feature is there.
Okay.
You can see. So you can just, if you click to publish to web, it will generate some link. That means embedded code. That means web link.
Sure. Thanks, Anil, for your
thanks, Anil, for your session. Really nice. Okay. Hi, guys. I think because last time we got a disconnectivity from Kiki. So Kiki want to share his feedback URL. So hi, Kiki, you're there? Okay. So maybe let me share my screen. So please helps to provide a feedback for Kiki. Yeah. So you can use this evaluation link, or you can scan the QR code. And you can also provide a feedback for Anil by scanning the QR code.
Thank you, Asif.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, so because I have a problem with my network, actually the presentation is almost finished.
Yeah.
The internet has a problem.
Thank you, Kiki. Thanks a lot for your time, and yeah, it's really nice session.